Bring over this corner, but let it flop. Oh, what is this? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy, and in this video, I really just wanted to put together a definitive compilation of ideas on how to wrap gifts with fabric. I strongly believe that you will find this helpful, and if you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. But first, since this is a sewing channel, I'm going to make my fabric wraps. I have prepared 4 different types of wraps, varying in size and varying in texture, so you can get an idea of the options out there. First up, we've got this easy linen. Literally all you need to do is cut, and the raw edges will give it like an au naturel kind of look. I love this pink linen, and this was actually some scrap fabric lying around in my closet, so I was really happy to put it to use. Next up, I have my lined satin. So this is the exact same material on both sides. I feel like a bullfight is about to happen. Those are both more rigid fabrics, but I wanted to make sure I included some velvet and some stretch. Here is a lined stretch velvet. It's got like a little bit of give to it. I'm trying not to make this video too festive because I know there might be people who are enjoying it in the non-festive times. When I'm working with this one, that will be the max festive moments of this video. And lastly, this one might be the biggest. Yep, it is a lightweight scarf. I hemmed this teeny tiny skinny little hem myself using a rolled hem foot on my sewing machine. It's not rolling. No, I watched them do it. I felt that I could do it. Oh, maybe these are the ones. Okay, maybe I got that wrong. More on that struggle later. We're gonna cover 10 different wrap styles and 4 different types of fabric. So honestly, it's like 40 looks. I'm gonna include the timestamps for you in the description. And don't forget that you can watch this video half speed if you wanna see it just a little. All right, let's go. As with many things, you got to start with the basics. I've got this linen cloth down in the diamond orientation towards me, and we're gonna put the gift smack in the center. Starting with the corner closest to me, I'm gonna bring this over, tuck it under this box, and then we grab the opposite corner, bring that over. Or if you wanted to have like a neater edge, you could give it a little bit of a fold. Then on the 2 sides, bring these in to form nice little corners and lift. And then on top, we're just gonna tie a knot. And then after that, you can slide in a little name tag. You can like put in some fresh greenery, whatever you like. But here it is with the basic knot. Variations on a theme. So instead of finishing off that second knot, what you could do is take this end, bring it under one more time, and then take this extra end and just tuck it into the neighboring loop. And then with this one too, you bring this one over one more time and then tuck the loose end into the neighboring loop. I'm sure it has a formal name, but I'm calling it like tucked top knot or like a little top knot handle. If you want an even cutesier look, there's another way to make a bow. So we take this corner again, bring it over, tuck it under if it's too big. And this one, we bring it over, but instead of doing that little fold, we're just gonna let it lie over here on the edge. Over here, we do the same thing where we pinch in the sides, hoist this up, and on this side, pinch in the sides, hoist it up, and now we're just gonna give them 1 knot. Then we're gonna do 2 knots, and if you want your knots to be in the same direction as these bands, what you do is you always let them meet in the middle instead of crossing. So we bring them up to meet, and then we fold them over each other. And with this last little flap, you want to drag it in. You can give it like a little bit of a twist and fold if you need to tame it a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little 180 twist, and then you bring it over the knot that you made in the middle and tuck it underneath on the other side. This rolling over technique gets us really close to another idea. So we still have the fabric flopped over. We have these two sides that we pinch and bring up, pinch and bring up. And then with these, instead of tying a knot, I'm going to lay them down so that they're really discreet and hard to see. And then with this last piece that's flopped over, I fold in the raw edges on it, bring that over, tuck it underneath. In my notes, I called this one the scroll. Actually, this one's super fun with a fabric that has different colors on each side. While I'm here with this wrap that I made out of contrasting fabrics, I want to show you my absolute most favorite knot. We take one corner, we lay it down across the top, we take the next corner, lay this down, take the farthest corner, bring that down over here, and then with the last one, we want to bring it so that it's over one of these corners, but it's going to go under that very first one that we laid down. Now I'm going to reach in and grab all these little corners that are hiding, and then you pull, keep pulling until you have fully secured the gift inside. With all of these corners, now you want to rotate them so that the contrasting color is pointed downwards. Then we repeat the same knot, taking this one closest to me and making sure all the red is hidden. I fold it up, and then with the one beside it, and on the last one, hiding the red, folding it up, and this one has to go over, but then under the very first one that we put down. Pull, 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 pull. And the final move, which for me will involve a chopstick, is I take each of these ends and tuck them into the neighboring loops. Ta-da! That's why you want it in the contrasting color, because then you can really see this top knot. You do need quite an excess amount of fabric compared to the size of the gift, so this might work best on a smaller gift. I'm gonna swap things up with a smaller gift as well as a smaller wrap. This one is back to that basic top knot, but just with a little bit of a twist. So we're gonna bring over the far corner and then bring over the remaining corner, and in this case, I'm gonna do that little like fold thing again that lands in the middle of the box. We're gonna pinch in the two sides, bring it on up, pinch in the two sides, bring it on up. I hope you start saying that in your sleep after watching this video. Tie a knot on the top. Ooh, this is so much nicer with the satin. It just feels so smooth. Okay, and then tie that same knot again. You've seen this. This is that basic top knot. But another thing you could do is you can take each of these corners, fluff them out a little bit, fold them in half, retuck that into the knot, and now you've got a cute little bow. I'm way too pleased with myself. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Let's bring back the linen to show you this one. This is the only time where instead of just bringing this over and letting it flop, we are going to tie them together. So the two opposite ends, grab them, give them just one knot. And then with this one, since it's closer to this end, we're going to tuck in these edges nice and clean, lift, tie these two together, tie these two together. And with these ones, you can go ahead and do a double knot. So I'm gonna tie it once more and then bring them together and tie them once again. This technique gets you two little knots and your rectangular gift is fully covered. Okay, you've seen me use the chopstick. I'm gonna introduce another tool for you. These last four ideas also involve an elastic. Now you should use one of those like clear, really discreet ones, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm using bright blue so you can see what I'm doing. So bring over this corner, tuck away the excess, bring over this corner, but let it flop. We're gonna pinch in these two sides here, lift, and then give it a nice and clean fold in half. Bringing these two together, we're gonna add the elastic. Let them flop to the side, take this last corner and fold it in so that it's a little bit narrower. And then we're gonna bring it over top, tuck it underneath. And I think this is the technique that gets you the most edge clean, everything in its picture perfect place. Okay, next one's the elastic. For the first time, I have the fabric with the straight edge facing me. We're going to fold that over, tuck the excess under. I'm gonna do the little like middle fold stitch. Lift and then hold it over. Pinch these two sides inwards, lift, and secure all of this at the base where these two meet. And then with everything up here, you're going to unfold it as much as possible. It's like this little fabric explosion on top. And it looks very festive. I think it's better in a stiffer fabric and with the right proportions. I just want to say before I show this one, in the beginning, I tried to make it look like I made all of these in quick succession. But this one actually ended up taking up hours of time mastering the rolled hem. This is the rolled hem foot that my mom gave me a couple Christmas ago, but I've never used it. 2-3 stitches, roll the fabric, hold the thread, roll the fabric. I need you to be really, really rolled up. Nope. Roll. I'm gonna rewatch the video. Roll the fabric. I'm gonna get it this time. Pull it into the rolled configuration. Make your life easier, they said. Here's a rolled hem, my sweet daughter. I'm gonna read about this in the YouTube comments, that's for sure. Back at it again. We're gonna really roll this up. Oh. Actually, it's a success! Why does this make such tiny, tiny rolled hems? We're lifting the straight edge that is close to me, bringing it over, letting it flop. Pinching these corners in nice and clean, bringing this up towards the middle, gather it in the middle, unwind it as much as possible, give it a couple of tugs to help it stand up. And yay! Okay, I'm bringing back this little pink number for another elastic idea. Back in the diamond configuration, we're gonna take this edge, fold it over, tuck away the excess. I seem to have repeated certain phrases many times in this video. Take this edge, bring it over, and on this side, pinch in and lift. We have the elastic, and the ideal ratio for this one is that you do have relatively long tails left over to work with. And with these tails, we're going to bring them together, give them a twist, and just start to wind it around. If you are familiar with making a hair bun, this will be easy work for you. Eventually, we'll have the little ends left over, in which case you can add another elastic, and this gets you a little rose with some cute leaves. Alrighty, I'm back with a rectangular box, that way its off-centeredness is more obvious, and our double-sided stretch velvet wrap. So we're gonna bring the corner closest to me over it, and I purposefully have this box a little bit off center because I need more fabric on this side to make it to the far corner. That's where I'm gonna put the decor. We're gonna bring this one over and tuck away the excess, and then bring this opposite corner over as well. Then with these two sides, we're gonna pinch them in, bring it up. Wherever they meet, add the elastic. Now with the fabric that's left on top, instead of just like doing a simple roll around, I'm going to flip this a little bit so that we start to see the red peek through. The last step here with each of these petals is you want to take the fabric and give it a little bit of this like nice and neat accordion fold. So I'm just pinching along and gathering it up with the neighboring fabric. Now I've got two little accordions, and I'm going to gently twist so that the nice folds of the accordion continue to be pointed up all the way around. It's just going to give a much more convincing rose petal type of look. And again, you should do this with a nice and clear elastic. Then once that's done, the chopstick can also come in handy again, and you can just like reach in and create a little bit of separation between each of the accordion folds. Voila! Oh, that's looking romantic. We have covered a lot here. I gave you 4 different ways to make gift wraps with 4 different textures. We've got your fabric explosions, cute little top handles, Hello Kitty perfect bows, roses, boo boo boo. And the best thing about them is that after unwrapping, you can keep them, your loved ones can keep them. You just fold them all up, put them in a nice box for next time instead of creating more gift wrap garbage. And if you don't feel like sewing your own, you could do this one, which involved no sewing, or I'll put some links in the description with some that you can shop. But also keep in mind that there's some secondhand stuff you could do too, like using square scarves, the curtains, or like duvet cover section of the thrift store. You could probably find some really nice details there. I don't take credit for creating any of these. I just did loads of research ahead of time, particularly in furoshiki, which is the Japanese art of wrapping with fabric, and the bojagi, which is the Korean traditional wrapping cloth. Now makes me wonder if there's a Chinese version that I sadly don't know of as a Chinese person. Subscribe, hit the bell, happy gift wrapping, happy gift unwrapping, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!